Hi, today we're going to take a look at the SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD drive. So let's see what it can do. In 2019, we published a review of the first generation of the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. Earlier this year, we got its bigger brother from the Pro series for a review, which we shall bring to you today. Before we go into the actual review, we think it's beneficial that we should explain a bit about SanDisk's two lines of portable SSDs, as they can be a little bit confusing. SanDisk has two lines which are very similar physically, at least when you look at the pictures online. There are the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD. This is the general purpose SSD series. The original version, which we tested last year, has an official speed of up to 500 megabytes per second. Earlier this year, SanDisk introduced a second version, V2, of this series, which goes up to 1000 megabytes per second. The second series is the SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD. This is a professional series aimed at maximum performance for content creators and other advanced users. The first generation of this series that we shall be testing today goes up to 1000 megabytes per second, while the newly announced, but not yet released at the time of writing at least, is the second generation V2 of the Pro series that can go up to 2000 megabytes per second, which is certainly impressive for such a small unit. Now that we have the background, let's discuss the drive that we are testing today. The SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD version 1 uses a single USB 3.1 Gen 2 connection. It has an IP55 rating with some protection against splashes and fall, with an official read speed of 1050 megabytes per second. The drive is a little larger than the non-Pro version and has a red metallic stripe on its side, but otherwise look identical to the drive that we tested last year. If we would design this drive, we would probably write Pro in large fonts in the front, but SanDisk have their own design language. Based on our experience, the drive does get pretty warm when in operation. The drive that we tested last year didn't feel warm when in work, so speed apparently does have some influence here. The only thing missing is an indicator light to show that the drive is connected and working. As usual, we performed two types of tests: a synthetic test using the Crystal Disk Mark 7 software and a real-world test using our special Java program that was written especially for us by a programmer last year. We also did a quick manual transfer test just for reference. We shall start with some synthetic scores, and as you can see on the Crystal Disk Mark 7, SanDisk was right on the money on this one, with read speed of 1050 megabytes per second and write speed of 1030 megabytes per second. Very impressive. Synthetic tests are one thing, but if you really want to know how a drive performs, you need to run actual transfer tests. We moved 100 gigabytes of data, images and videos to a drive and back with our Java program and got the following results. The average transfer speed to the drive, write, was 649 megabytes per second, while the average transfer speed from the drive, or read speed, was 687 megabytes per second. Just to double test our software, we also ran a manual transfer of 80 gigabytes to the drive and got around 580 megabytes per second. A little slower, but this could also depend on the type and number of files we transferred. Both these scores are between 1.5 and 2 times those we tested with the first generation of the non-Pro drive last year. The Extreme Pro Portable SSD is a solid offer by SanDisk, but it exists in a very crowded market segment with lots of good options. Even if you only look at SanDisk's own products, the new Extreme Pro Portable SSD version 2 line gives, on paper, the same performance, and there is always the new Pro version 2, which should be available soon with twice the speed. As for pricing, the 1TB drive currently sells for $190 or just under $0.2 per gigabyte. The larger 2TB Pro version costs $330, while the smaller 500 gigabytes currently sells for $108, compared to the upcoming version 2 Pro drive that will cost $230 for the 1TB version and $380 for the 2TB unit when it starts selling soon. That actually doesn't sound like a huge difference to us. That was our quick look at the SanDisk Extreme Pro Portable SSD drive. You can check out the full review with all of our test results on LensVid.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to find more videos just like this. See you next time.